Hey, coach, here's that video I promised you. Right here, we talked about as far as what we would like to start installation with. This here's that formation I was telling you about, red. It takes your H back right here and puts him just shade inside of the offensive tackle. Pretty much his outside foot is going to be just offset inside of the tackle's outside foot. It allows us to get a good angle to kick out this end on power, but it also allows him to be somewhat inside to where he can actually come in on the bootleg and on counter and be able to fold up and lead on this backer. Also, I think the biggest impact it's going to have in a lot of things is it allows this guy to be an immediate receiver out of the backfield to where we basically can take advantage of trips. As far as some of our concepts, this guy can shoot the flats, he can run an angle route, things like that, without actually alerting the defense to a trips adjustment. Obviously game plan, they may decide to do that, but I feel like that'll put them at a disadvantage. But having this guy playing right in here as opposed to outside makes them have to play it like a run for two back run first type offense, as opposed to a just a trips one back type offense. Like I said, call this red. The opposite would be blue. The first thing I would do as far as installation here is, just basically against just a normal two shell defense, with the backer out of the box playing just inside apex of the number 2 receiver right here, just enough where he can kind of play outside, but also be able to fall back on the run, maybe be a force player right here. The first thing I would do is come out. We're going to put in basically power and run it like in a Nascar pace, pretty much. So basically, just your normal power scheme here. Strong side tackle is going to down block. We get any kind of A gap penetration, any kind of blitz, any kind of look that's coming through. Guard's going to block down immediately. If not, we're going to combo up on this 3-tech, 2-tech, 3-tech right here, and then block combo to backside right here. Center's going to check back for the pulling guard. Pulling guard's going to pull, turn up first open window, lead up on backer right here. His H-back's going to J-block right here, get a good angle, and go in, go up and out on this end right here. We feel like as long as this guy goes out the back door, we're fine. We cannot allow him to front door us right here. We have to make sure that he tries to go around behind us to to create this lane right here. Tackle, there's a couple of different things you can do. You can read this in and actually pull this tackle, so it basically becomes like a superpower that you have in the double wing, but it's more of a read action. But just for safety's sake, for now, just for implementing it early on, we're just going to pull hinge on this guy right here and just check back for this backside end right here. The F is going to basically cross face the quarterback. And the reason I have him here is a side saddle as opposed to actually a pistol right here. We can do all different places. We can do to the strong side. We can do a true pistol. We can be to the weak side. But him cross facing this quarterback right here really allows us to read on this backside gift route, this backside RPO. Whereas if he's at a pistol right here, I don't really like coming weak and then cutting across. So I feel like he has to open up to that back, and it really takes your eyes away from this backside RPO. So right here, the back's going to cross face. He's going to get the ball. He's going to get, basically try to get eyes on the backside of this pulling guard and try to stick close to him. But more than anything, he's going to scrape paint right here on this double team, or just that down block. Stay close to it. Basically, stay away from this guy right here, because that's going to be kind of the out of all the blocks, that's going to be the one we have the least leverage on. So we want to stay tight to this down double team right here, or down block. All right, so that's the power aspect of it. Backside, okay, we're going to have we're going to have a front side and a back side on this here as far as our RPOs. And for the most part, they're going to be pre-snap reads to where he determines what he's going to do. It's not a situation where we're reading this guy, to see what he's going to do, but it's a situation where the quarterback's going to know when that ball snaps, unless it's like 4th and 1, then that sucker better hand that power off. But we definitely don't want him, pulling it and trying to throw a slant on 4th and 1 or anything like that. But, basically this guy here on the backside, he's running, a gift route. If this corner, if they're in some kind of, quarters look, something like that, or cover 3, and this guy's, 6 to 7 yards off, This guy's just going to look right now at the quarterback. He's just going to turn, show his numbers right now. Okay, and the quarterback knows if it's, depending on what this guy does too. If this guy's, if he's pressing and bailing, things like that, he's kind of playing games out here. We may not feel comfortable throwing that, but if we know he's going to give us a cushion and he's bailing out of there because he's afraid to get, burned by this guy here deep, we know we can always just flash, fake across to the fullback and just throw the ball right now. Okay. If the corner's playing press up right here with no help over top, then he has an automatic, just quick fade. He's just going. Try to hit the ball about, 12 to 15 yards deep. And if he has help over top, that may not be something we want to throw, but that's fine. If they're gonna bracket this guy and play 2 over top, that gives us so many other options somewhere else. So that's okay. We want that to happen. We want to dictate what the defense is going to do. And if we hit this guy a few times, then this guy's going to have to give help over top. Okay. If they say, well, we're just going to play it single coverage, but we're going to back this guy off and not get beat deep, well, then we're just throwing the now route over and over again. If they're playing a true cover 2 look, he's going to press him into that safety right there. Then we're just going to run just a quick one step out and then slant back inside. We don't really want to read this guy. We just know that we're going to have this guy's not going to expand in his coverage right here because he's going to have to play this route right here. I mean, this ride of this fullback. So we know we're not really looking to throw the ball way inside here. We're looking to throw it right here on this break in the seam right here before he gets to that backer. And that's why that one step push off on that corner and then break inside. By that time, it gives that quarterback a chance to flash that ball and then fill in right here. So that's the backside. Okay. Then, when we talk about, getting this into the practice, we'll send a coach over here with anybody that's going to play this backside receiver, and they're just going to work on the different aspects of it. Okay. This, what's the coverage look like? What kind of leverage am I getting? What I got? And he's just going to run the appropriate route. Okay. Then we look over to the front side over here. Okay. We're just going to key screen. Okay. Z right here is just going to take just, one jab step right here, and then it's going to fall back right here, just basically giving this Y a chance to get across his face and kick out this force player right here. Okay. If this guy here is playing overly aggressive right here, then we're kind of stuck right here. But right now, this guy's playing kind of inside, especially if he gets really far inside and really giving us some leverage right here. He's playing way inside like that. Then we feel like we definitely can get that route going. So if he's playing inside the box at all, splitting the difference, anything like that, it's going to be hard for him to get outside and make a consistent play right here. So that quarterback knows if he's got leverage, if he's got numbers, you got one up, one back deep, you can always just pull it and rip it to him right now. Okay. Y's got to make a good block, kick that force player out. Z's basically just catching the ball and becomes like a punt return or a run play at that point. Be an athlete, make a guy miss. Okay. If this guy does play out wide and they're respecting us, which they should do, and that's what we want to make them do. We want them to, we want to dictate to them. They have to put 3 people over our 2. They have to put 2 people over our 1. If not, we're going to hurt them with the pass. When they do that, that allows us to have 6 in the box. And, when we've got, at this point, we got 6 blockers and a runner, plus a quarterback that we can utilize as a runner. It really, really can give us a plus, 2 advantage at that point. But over here, let's say, they bring this guy back in the box, and they feel like they can come up here and play some kind of palms coverage, or cover 2 read or something like that. And we've been hitting them with this key screen right here. Then we'll run what we call sucker. We'll just call it a 60 sucker. We'll fake right here, and this guy here will just act like he's going right here, and then he'll just sell it right up the field right here. Countless times, probably 10 plus times over the last 4 or 5 years, we've scored on these plays. Just they get so aggressive, and if you throw these key screens and these now screens, so over here we run sucker, he's going to fake the now, and he's going to run now and go. So he's going to fake the now and then turn it upfield and try to get past that guy, almost like a hitch and go. But it's right now. He's looking right now. Quarterback and pump. It's going to be max protect. That way we can get the ball out without worrying about getting the quarterback hit. Have a little time to sell that fake, but. That's kind of what it does. We're going to run power, but and if they're daring us to, they're stacking the box and daring us to throw outside, whether it be to the, the now or the screen or one of these routes, or throw it deep, then that's what we have to be able to do. And you're playing somebody like Manny, who's going to do that. They're going to come up, they're going to force, they're going to press you, they're going to make you show that either A, you can run the ball with a stack box, or B, you can beat them deep. You're going to have to prove it one way or the other that you can do that. So, that's just, that's day one. Come in, put in the power, put in the Nascar to where we don't have to call it. They just know we may flip it to blue or red, but they know we're running NASCAR power. They know we're either going to run the power, we're going to throw the key screen, or we're going to throw the gift route backside. And it doesn't matter. We can run it 3 times in a row, depending on what the defense gives us. It could look 3 different ways. So we're going to come up, we're going to hammer it fast. I mean, you can't get any faster than not calling a play. The play is over and over and over again. Every time as we're getting to the line, the quarterback's going to glance over. If he gets a kill call from the sideline, he's going to holler kill, and we'll muddle huddle right there. Hand signals in or whatever for the next play is. The great thing about this here is other things we can do. We can, especially if the quarterback's a runner, then we can. Let me just a second. We can motion this guy out pre-snap, and now we got basically we can bubble him right here. Or we can, depending on the leverage, we can do different things. We can let him block the force and run a key screen with X. But so we're going to have a bubble to this side. We're going to have our key screen to this side. So basically we have double screens to either side, whichever one he likes. If nobody pulls out with this guy, then he can always just dump it and throw it. If this guy gets a good block right here, if this guy's a good enough athlete, we got nothing but grass over here. One guy, maybe a safety running the alley, but if this guy does his job, we got 2-on-1. But at that point, if you don't like either one of the screens, or if this guy, takes off, outside with him, say it's man coverage or something like that, or he just, widens out on the motion, then it ends up 2-on-2, 3-on-2, whatever. Quarterback just looks it off, and now he runs the. Now he just runs the power as a way to get an extra man in the box, and now we're off to the races with the quarterback. Lots of things we can do. We can motion the F to the to the weak side, to the strong side, to try to get numbers. But it's all about dictating what kind of coverage structure they're going to have to try to get guys out of the box. And I feel like if you can do that, and you can make these guys do what you want them to do, then you'll always have the advantage somewhere in there, whether it be in the passing game or the run game. But when you ask, what I think the first thing we need to do is, I feel like power is something that from day one to the last play of the season is something that if you ever need a play, you can go to. And with this particular structure right here, it allows you to tag a couple other plays onto it, and really dictate to the defense what they must do, especially if you catch them in a spot that's not very favorable to them. If they come out in some kind of cover structure where they're taking away the pass, end up with 5-6 people in the box, and we're hammering them in NASCAR, that they're going to either have to call a timeout or we're just going to run up and down the field on them because there's no way they can adjust to that. It's not enough time. So that's definitely where I would go first, put that in, get it going, and then from there we can go counter and buck sweep and stretch and bootleg and throw some of our slow screens and throw some of our 3-man pass concepts over here, some max protect concepts, just different things out of the air raid type offense that are very quarterback friendly. But I think everything has to start with that power. I think if you establish that, then you can kind of just add on as you need. But you can go into a scrimmage or a jamboree and just run NASCAR power and maybe 2 other plays and be able to get what you need to get on film to see what you need to work on, as a starting point going into week 1. But we'll talk about it. Like I said, I just wanted to put it on film for you so you can see it and just kind of see what I was talking about. If you're asking me what I think we should install day 1, no doubt in my mind is power. And then, like I said, with these screens, RPOs built into it. So, all right, Coach, I'll holler at you if you get a chance to watch it.